right? Sorry. So we will have a deployment, then inside the deployment there will be a replica set, and inside the replica set there will be a pod, and within a pod there is a container. The pod is encapsulate or encrypts the container inside it, right? This is what this file, this YAML file, this YAML is translated to this architecture, and all of this is happen inside the worker node, as you can see here. As you can see, as you know that the pod volume is ephemeral, means that once the pod is destroyed, all the data inside that pod will be destroyed. But what if we want that data to store that data and maintain it, even or despite or even if the pod is destroyed, right? The data will keep stored in our worker node. How to achieve that? We will use what we call volumes, right? And in this example, we will use the host pet volume, right? So I will try to connect my directory on the host with the directory inside the container, or to mount the volume inside my host to the pet of inside the container. In this example, we are using Nginx, and this bit is the one that contains our default index.html that is running, right? So for that, I will use the volumes, and try to mount all what is exist, all what exists, or all the file that is in a specific directory that I will set it here inside my worker node and mount it to the directory inside the container. So I will come here, right, and create a directory, right? Call it home Ubuntu, call it a web app, click a web, or I will create sudo nano and index.html, index.html, right? And inside it I will have HTML body, right? And they call it here hello world, h2, right? h2 will have my name, right? Then have h2, then I have the body and HTML, right? Control X, yes, and save it, right? So here, what I should do, I should to specify this pet, right? The pet of the worker node, not the pet of the master node. I should to specify this pet that is inside the worker node. So I will copy this pet, right? Copy it, right? And come here and paste it. So I have right, paste and save. So now what I should do, I should to create this deployment. So to create it, I will type the command kubectl apply -f and give it the name of our YAML file, nginx deployment.yaml, right? So as you can see, the deployment is created. So if I check here kubectl git deployment, right? As you can see, it is running. If I check the paths within my deployment, just type paths, right? Okay. But now the problem is this this deployment is not accessible outside. It is accessible only inside, from the inside of the worker node. So to make it accessible outside, we should to expose this. And to expose this, we use what we call the service. Let me show you how that works under the hood. As you can see here, this is our worker node, and this is the pod that we have created, right? This is the pod, and inside the pod there is a container, right? This container is listed on the port 80, right? And to make this container accessible by the outside, right, we should connect it to a service. This service is listening on the port 80, right? And this service is open a port on the worker node. It is 30 and 400, right? So to achieve this architecture, we'll use a YAML file where we will write all the instruction that we have seen here. So I will go to Nginx here, and they will explain you what's going on. So as you can see, I give it my Nginx, right? Give it a name. Then I give it here the labels, my Nginx. Then the ports. This is the port. I have the port. This is the port of the service. This one, sorry. This one. Then I have the target port, and it is the port of container. Then I have the node port, which the worker node will listen on, is this one. Then I give it a type node port. We have three types of service. We have cluster IP, we have the load balancer, and we have the node port. In this lab, we are using only the node port, but I can implement the cluster IP demo and the load balancer demo as well in the next video. And here we have a selector, and we call it my Nginx. So what the service will do, it will go here and check. I will come back and try to nano Nginx deployment, right? Deployment YAML. So what's going the service to do? It will go here. We have the container, right? And we have the pod. This pod is called my Nginx. So the service, what's going to do? It's going, the selector, it's going to look for the pod that is called with the key run and the value my Nginx, right? And you try to connect it to it, right? It will connect to that pod, and specifically in the container within that pod, because by default each pod will have only one container unless you specify how much container can be within the pod, right? So let us try to apply this to run it. So to expose this deployment, we will try to run a service. So kubectl apply /f nginx service. Otiamo.